Welcome to the Everyday Saint podcast with E. Rosemary. I am here with the one and only, not just Shelby, but Shelby Buman because she got married. Oh
Yay!
my gosh. We're so excited for her. We always love having Shelby on the podcast, and this is just an extra special episode. So welcome, Shelby Buman.
Thank you, Eve. I'm so happy to be back now. After being married, I feel like we talked so much about my relationship leading up to the wedding and what it was like preparing for marriage. So, like, to be living in the after now is so fun, and I'm so excited to talk about it with you.
Yeah, wait, I'm just now realizing too that we recorded an episode literally like 13 months ago, just barely over a year ago, at Benedictine. You were not engaged. And it was the Catholic dating hot takes episode. It's one of the most that's I think my top episode ever.
That episode was so fun. I
It was
loved
so
recording
fun.
that
Yeah,
episode.
okay. Let's just do a breakdown here, okay? First there was you, not engaged yet,
Mhm.
now married. We
Mhm.
also had Reagan on the episode, engaged, not yet married, now has a child. I've been to Austria.
Yeah,
That's
that's a big one. We've all had big life events since then, and that's
I
fun.
moved to DC. I didn't know where I was moving yet at least, so
Yeah. No, you big exciting events since then.
Oh,
And
yeah,
how much the
absolutely.
ministry has grown too. It's cool to see how much happens in that short of a time. Like, it feels short, but also long. And
Well, yeah, like, 13 months ago is not that long ago, but that literally feels like an entirely different life.
yeah. And my previous roommate and I, we talked about this a lot. Like, I feel like after graduating college, the amount of life that happens in that first year after graduation is insane. Like, there's
Mhm.
just so much that can happen in your life, and it looks so different than it used to.
Yeah, well, and I've talked about this with other people too when we've talked about, like, dating and age gaps and dating and things like that, is that there's a difference even between, like, the 22-year-old and the 24-year-old. Even
Mhm.
though it's only 2 years, that 22-year-old is gonna grow, like, 3 years in that 1 year after
Yeah,
graduating that you, like, almost need to then become I don't know, I remember, like, going to young adult events and being like, "I feel so young right now." Now I feel like it's, like, kinda evens out a little bit more.
yeah.
But yeah, those first couple months, I was like, "I don't think I'm authorized to be here," and I mean, like, there's no reason, and you just feel so like, "Oh, I feel kinda little."
Yeah, and, like, now I see, because 'cause I'm the Abbey, is on the campus with Benedictine, and so a lot of times I'll see incoming students or, like, before school was out, like, I would see students out and about, and just looking at them, it was just really weird because I was like, "I am not far removed from that at all," but it really feels like I am, and it really
Mhm.
I look at them and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," like,
Little
they have no idea
babes.
what's coming.
Yeah. No,
But
there was one episode I brought you up, Shelby. I think it was actually probably, like, the last episode. No, it was a couple episodes ago. I was doing, like, post-grad life, what it's really like and my tips, and I was like, "Oh, I would love to do this with Shelby because I know she would be wonderful to bounce off of." You were getting ready to be wed, so I was like, "No, no, that's okay." I was like, "I'll do it," but yeah, it's as I had a friend put it, you get hit by a truck, and then the truck reverses, and then it goes back and drive, and then you realize you're also driving the truck, and it's just
yeah,
yeah,
it actually
doused by fire.
yes. That about sums it up, actually. That's a really accurate description. Yep, yep.
Doused by fire. Yeah, and you were getting ready to be married.
Yeah, which was crazy and very exciting, and felt so much different than I thought it would feel, honestly, like, because 'cause I'm one of those girls who, like, dreamt of her wedding day her whole life, and I've had a Pinterest board since I was, like, 10. Um, not that young, that's dramatic, but, like, you get what I mean. I have dreamt about my wedding day since the beginning, and so it was really weird it felt so different, not in a bad way, it was just different than I expected it to be. Um, and now being on the other side of it, I'm like, that makes sense why I was feeling the way I did. Um, but and the wedding day itself too felt different, but it was so much more joyful and more filled with peace than I even anticipated. Like, I had a lot of anxieties leading up to it of, like, everything that could go wrong and, like, "Oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens?" And then the day came, and there was literally not a single point that I was nervous or anxious about anything. It was the most peace-filled day, and one of my uncles afterwards, he was like, "You seemed really chill the whole day. Were you, like, actually calm, or were you just suppressing your anxiety?" And I was like, "No, genuinely, the whole day, I was just cool as a cucumber." And, I mean, that's not to say I wasn't emotional. I cried like a baby so many times because I am a very emotional person. Um, but I was so grateful for that gift of that overwhelming peace and just being surrounded by so much love. And so many people have said that they could just that it was a really special wedding for them because they could just feel the love, like, radiating between everyone, like, not just me and Gator, but also, like, our families, our parents, our siblings, all of our friends, like, at one point, one of my other uncles went up to my parents, and they were like, "I can just see how much you all love each other, and that's just so beautiful." And to, like to be the one whose wedding brought all of that love together is so special. And Gator's dad just kept saying that the whole weekend. He was like, seeing all of these people from all these different walks of life, and it's like everyone we love from different places together, and your love did that, and like you two did that and brought all these people together. And that's just like it's very humbling too. And just it's just so special.
Yeah, no, it was so special. I was there in case anyone was wondering.
Needless to
It yeah, it was so fun. Also, when you were just talking about the joy, your dad beatboxing.
Oh my gosh, my dad beatboxing was
That's
ep
how he opened in case anyone's wondering, that's how he opened his speech at the reception. First talk, beatboxing. It was phenomenal.
It really was, it was so funny, and then during our father-daughter dance, he literally at one point it was not choreographed or anything, he just, like, picked me up and started spinning me like a princess, and I was like, "Dad, what are you doing?" And he was like, "I don't know, sweet pea, just go with it." And I was like, "Okay."
I didn't know that. I remember seeing him spinning it, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, nope, that was all him. He just all of a sudden, I was being lifted up and spun around like I was a little girl again, and that was really sweet, and our photographer was the best, and she got, like, the cutest pictures ever of it. She got a really funny one of me, my sister-in-law, Gator, and my new brother-in-law, all 5 of us that's 5, yeah, all 5 of us laughing hysterically with my dad in the foreground beatboxing, and it is, like, the best picture ever. My head is fully thrown back, and I'm, like, in an all-out cackle, and
Uh-huh.
my brother-in-law's like this, and he has, like, the biggest smile, and my sister's eyes are closed and her nose is scrunched, and she's, like, laughing, and my sister-in-law is, like, going like this, and it's just,
That's
like, the
so funny.
picture ever, and I love it, and Gator's just, like, sitting over there giggling in the picture. It
That
was
makes sense. That makes so much sense for all of you,
yeah, it
for
really
every
does.
single one.
Yeah, so that was great. Yep.
It was great. Okay, wait, I wanna bring us I just I love weddings, and I also love, specifically Catholic weddings because there's so much more that goes into it, but I just I don't know, like, what's one of your favorite memories from the morning? Like, getting ready? What
Oh,
were you thinking? What were you feeling?
honestly, the morning of, I was just, like, so happy to be with all of my friends and family. I think one of my favorite memories is my dad and mom making us breakfast, and so when I was growing up, my parents every weekend There were very few weekends growing up that we didn't have a sleepover with a friend and didn't have, like, friends over at our house, and usually it was my best friend from childhood, Gabby, and she would always be over there, and we had this tradition, my parents would make a waffle bar. My dad had this old waffle maker he got at, like, an estate sale, and it makes the best waffles, and we had, like, the classic '90s kitchen radio, that's, like, mounted to the cabinet that plays CDs, and they had an Elvis CD, Elvis Live from Hawaii, his, like, Aloha CD, and they would play it every morning, and they would dance in the kitchen and sing along to Elvis while making us waffles, and that is, like, peak childhood core memory for me, and so they did that on my wedding morning. My dad and mom made waffles, and they were, like, singing to Elvis in the kitchen, and Gabby was there, and my sister was there, and it was, like, so sweet and nostalgic, and then having everyone from my current life, like you and all of our college friends, was great. Um, and it was really special driving to the church. It was my parents and me and my sister. So it was like the last time the four of us are probably ever gonna be just the four of us together, which was
Aw.
just, like, so sweet, and I get emotional thinking about it. And yeah, it was great. And arriving to the church was so fun. We had a little dance party in the parking lot.
It's true. Taylor Swift,
Yep.
naturally.
Of course. Who else would it be? The morning of my wedding. Um, and then I was so grateful because when we got to the church, we were just I don't know how, Eve, because you know me. I am I can be very, like, wound up sometimes, and
Uh-huh.
I was just so shocked. I was also shocked with how chill I was on the wedding day. Like,
You were just kinda you put it best. And when I asked you, "How are you feeling, bride?" You responded, "Head empty, no thoughts."
that is so
Just songs. And then you started singing a song.
yeah, I was singing Shania Twain in my head, and I really I really think that I just, like, floated through the day, honestly, it was wild, and, like, when we were downstairs in the church before the ceremony started while people were arriving and we were, like, hiding in the basement, I had a couple family members who didn't, like, realize how to get into the church, and they, like, walked through the door and, like, saw me before the ceremony, and, like, I was not bothered. I was like, "Oh my gosh, hi, like, I'm so happy to see you, I'm so glad you're here," and, like, I feel like that's something that that I would expect myself to be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they, like, walked in the wrong door and, like, saw me before my, like, big entrance down the but I was like, "I don't care, they're here to be with me and celebrate me, like, why would I be mad at that?" Um, and just, like, a bunch of different things. I think there was at one point, I think it was you and one of my other friends, you guys were trying to figure out where to put the flowers in front of the altar.
Yes, I was in charge of that because okay, this is what happened. They got brought in. We didn't really know that they were gonna be there, this altarpiece. And so I think someone set it just on the ground really randomly, and then one of the priests got a really tall flower holder, which would look fine, but there was only one, and you definitely need two to, like, balance it out on either side of the altar, so it looked really weird, and I was like, "Oh, a priest did do this, like, you can tell." So I was, helping with the flowers.
Which I am so grateful for. And I feel kinda bad because I just remember you guys came to me and you're like, "Where do you want them?" And I literally looked at you and I was like, "I do not care." Genuinely, like, put them where you think they look good, and I feel bad because I wasn't helpful at all, but I
I
was
don't
just
think
like
I was there for that conversation. Someone just came up to me and was like, "So you're aware there are these flowers and they look a little weird." And they were like, "You do wedding coordination, maybe you know where they should go." And so I just moved them.
good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Cause yeah, I was like, I just know I'm not gonna notice. I'm not gonna notice where those flowers are.
Yeah. Do
Uh,
you think what do you think it was that made you so calm?
um, I really think it was, like, our whole day was surrounded in so much prayer. like, genuinely, we had so many people praying for us, and, like, I
Mhm.
work at the Abbey, and those monks are prayer warriors, and all of them, like, knew I was getting married, and I just know that I was included in so many of their prayers on my wedding day, and we had a lot of priests that we were friends with from back home that I know were praying for us, and just all of our friends and family praying for us. So I really do think that's, like, the biggest part of it, and the other part was I actually, this was surprising. I say I was so chill on my wedding day, but at the rehearsal, I was like a little ball of nerves. I was
Were you really?
Yes, I was, like, freaking out, Eve, at the rehearsal. I don't know if you could tell. I was, like, trying to keep it cool, but I was freaking the heck out, and I said to my
I'm
dad,
trying to remember if I don't think I picked up on that at all,
"Good, I
'cause I
planned."
think it's just kind of like a little bit rehearsals are always kinda chaotic.
Yeah, I was like when we when we were practicing the procession and, like, I was standing there with my dad before the doors opened, I was like, "Dad, I don't know. I'm so nervous. I don't know if I can do it. Like, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous." And he was like, "It's okay, sweet pea. Like, it's gonna be great. Just hold my hand. It's gonna be all right." And I was like,
His little southern accent.
"Yeah."
It's perfect. It's so cute.
And so then, like, the doors swing open, and I about pooped myself because it, like, I was sorry. Um 'Cause I see and it literally was only the people involved in the wedding that were there and the
Yeah,
people.
no one was there,
Yeah, like, hardly anyone
except
was
for, your future husband and whatnot,
right, and our
but, like
and, like, the
mhm.
family that had their kids in the wedding party, but they all turned to look at me, and I was just like it got so real, and it all just, like, went, like, and I started, like, weeping, and my dad starts crying, and I was like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "'Cause you're crying. Why are you crying?" And we were both like, "Stop crying."
As you're going down the aisle?
Going down the aisle, and we were, like, zooming. My dad, he was walking so fast. I was like, "Dad, you gotta slow down." And he was like, "Sorry."
So
And
excited.
so
It's a
then
long aisle too.
it is a long aisle. It is
Mhm.
a long aisle, and I could feel it being that long, like, it
Mhm.
and,
No,
uh
I always felt it because okay, for context, you got married at the church that's at Benedictine, not the Abbey, the pretty church. You know. And I just thinking back on my memories of being at Benedictine, they have 24-hour adoration there, and I always sit in the front, and I just know how awkward it felt to walk back because everyone else is facing forward, so you're just,
Yes.
like, either looking down at the ground or awkwardly making eye contact while you're looking at who's in adoration.
Mhm.
You got a while to make it all the way back.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, so I, like, get down to the end of the aisle at the rehearsal, and I see Gator is, like, crying. He just has, like, this single tear coming down, and his eyes are, like, filled with
Oh.
tears, and I, like he does not cry very often, and so I was like, "Why are you crying?" And he was like, "'Cause you're here." And I was like, "That's so cute." And it was just so sweet, and then after that, all of the nerves were gone. I think we all got it out of our system, and my sister made me laugh super hard because we were trying to figure out when I was supposed to hand off my bouquet to her because she was my maid of honor. She was like, "Shelby, like, I don't know if I'm gonna know when to give you back your bouquet." She was like, "You're gonna need to make it real obvious." She's like, "You're gonna have to, like." And so she jokingly was like, "Make eye contact with me and go like this when you need your
With your
bouquet."
hands.
And so I was like, "Okay." And so then on the actual day of the wedding, I did in fact do that. I looked her dead in the face and I went she was like
Understood.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
sorry for
awesome.
the people who aren't watching this who are just
Yeah, I was gonna say the little how do you what do you
like the come here with your
come
hand,
here.
like with
Yeah, with your hands.
yeah, like both hands, gesturing with your fingers, like, "Come here," and making, like, dead stare eye contact, just anyways, um, so that was really, really comical to me. Oh, and also, jumping around here well, no, okay, so the rehearsal, and then it ends, and as we're, like, walking out of the church, this was also really sweet. One of my best friends from college was our cantor, So she's up in the choir loft looking down at me, and this is, like, the first time I'm seeing her because my back has been to her the whole time. So, like, she's who I was looking at when I was leaving, and she's, like, weeping, and I, like, do a little wave to her, and she's, like, waves back, and I, like, blow her a kiss, and it was, like, super cute. And so after the rehearsal, I was just so excited. I was like, "Okay, we're gonna do this thing." Like, my nerves are gone, I'm just ready. Our rehearsal dinner was so fun, it was fantastic, and then got really good sleep, slept in a bed with my sister, in a room with, like, my childhood best friends, which was also really nostalgic and sweet.
Mhm.
Um
Wait, before we go
Yeah.
too much further, you just remind me because of the cantor, God beyond all praising.
Oh,
Can we have a moment?
it's so good. It's so good.
That is my favorite song, and it was your walkouts
Yeah.
walkout song. That's
Yeah.
not right, that's for
My walk
when you leave? What is that called?
recession
Recessional
recession?
hymn.
Yeah, our recession
God beyond all praising.
goes so hard.
Some will say it's overplayed, some will say it's overdone.
Wronged.
Not in
Honestly.
this house.
Not in this house. In this house, we love that song.
We love that song. In fact, I would listen to it, like, just randomly every so often, and I had to stop because I'm like, "Then it will get overplayed, and then I will get annoyed."
Sure
But
does.
I was at mass 2 weeks ago maybe, and I, like, started to get out the book to, like, follow along with the recessional hymn, and then they started I literally was mid, like, picking it up out of the pew, and I just set it back down because they started singing God Beyond All Praising. I was like, "Oh, I know this one." And my friend next to me, she goes, "You got this one?" I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Good,
Yeah. Yeah, I
good.
do.
And honestly, like,
Phenomenal choice.
all of the hymns that we picked, loved them. Some of them, not usually wedding songs apparently, but I was like,
Yeah, are you saying that because it went viral on Instagram?
yeah, partially, yes. I was gonna bring that up. That is actually crazy. Our photographer posted a little reel of the I think it was the offertory hymn in our wedding, and it was "Here I Am, Lord," which, if you don't
Mhm.
know, great song. And Gator and I picked it because we were like, "I feel like this is, like, perfect for a wedding because we are joining our missions together. Like, we are gonna be one,
Mhm.
and we're ready to live how God calls us to as one flesh, combining our mission, asking
Mhm.
God what He wants from our vocation, how He wants us to love the world," you know? And so we were like, "This is perfect. Here I am, Lord. Like, here we are as one now. Like, where are you gonna call us? What do you want us to do with our marriage?" So we were like, "This is perfect." Also, we both just love that hymn. And the way that the way the way we picked our hymns is we had a list of ones that we liked that we were thinking about, and we listened to all of them, and Gator noted if I cried or not. And so that's kinda how we picked. So all of the ones that we had
Naturally.
were ones that had made me cry, naturally,
Perfect.
which was pretty much, like, all of them, honestly, because 'cause I'm just, like, sitting I have a distinct memory of sitting at the kitchen table in my apartment back in the city before we got married, and I'm just sitting there, like, silently crying, and he, like, looks over at me. I was like, "We're gonna be married."
Oh,
I'm so excited, and he was like, "Yeah, like, we are gonna be married,"
yeah, you will be.
which was funny. Oh, and one of the other songs, "In Every Age," that's one I picked, like, 2 years ago. I heard it in mass for the first
Really?
and I was like, "This is gonna be at my wedding. This is perfect."
And you knew you would be wed
I did.
shortly.
I did. I knew I would be wed. And so that was kind of why we picked that song, and fun fact, this past weekend, we were back in Iowa visiting Gator's family, and we went to mass with them, and his dad was cantoring, and they sang "In Every Age" during
Mm.
communion, and I cried like a little baby because I was like, "Oh
Wait,
my
it was like
gosh."
my wedding.
Yeah. So
Brings
anyways.
me back.
Yeah, I loved our music. I loved the
Mhm.
whole mass. It was literally perfect.
Interrupting myself for a minute because I know in the day-to-day life, life can be so distracting. However, I have an opportunity for you that I don't think you want to miss out on. The JP2 project has outdoor retreats for fellowship, disconnecting from your devices, and being able to truly encounter God in creation. They have upcoming outdoor retreats that you can register for, such as a Theology of the Body retreat in the Shenandoah Mountains in Virginia, an all-men's backpacking retreat in Montana, a Rocky Mountains retreat in Colorado, and even an experience in Zion National Park in Utah. So if you are looking for an opportunity to encounter God personally, explore the outdoors, engage in fellowship, be spiritually formed, and go totally unplugged, I'd encourage you to check out the link in the description below for the JP2 Project Outdoor Retreats. With
Yes.
your wedding, were most people there Catholic, or what would you say was like the
Um,
general demographic?
a good chunk of them were Catholic, but there were quite a lot of people who were not or who are not practicing. Um, and so that's something that we put a lot of thought into when picking our readings, especially, is we were like, we don't just want to pick readings that that you hear all the time at weddings, and
Mhm.
ones that we especially wanted the people who weren't Catholic and who aren't practicing anymore, like, we wanted them to hear something that would be meaningful to them and not
Uh-huh.
just, like, Genesis 1. Nothing wrong with
Yeah. Or
that.
like John
16. Right.
3:16.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I almost said John 3:15. Would have been the wrong verse.
Tell me you're Catholic without telling me you're
Bro, that's
I'm
embarrassing.
kidding.
That's why I, like, didn't say it for a second because I was, like, going through to my head. I was like, 15, 16, 15,
That's
16.
so funny. That's
I
okay.
promise I got a degree in theology.
Okay, you're just reinforcing Catholic stereotypes, Eve.
I'm feeling the fire.
I'm just kidding. I know you know your scripture. Um,
I read my Bible this morning.
yeah, you did.
I read Mark
You
15.
Ooh, was it
It
good?
was the crucifixion.
Oh,
It was real good. Yeah, Shelby.
that was not what I expected. Clearly, I don't know scripture well either.
I wanna okay, I don't know if would Protestants even know if I said Mark 15? Would they be able to tell you that that's the crucifixion? Do you think?
Probably, I really do. I really do think so.
Hmm. See, I think we just have so much to read.
We do, because we don't just have sola scriptura, baby. We have the whole catechism, we have all of the teachings of the early church fathers. Like, even just the Summa is like,
I
bam!
bam. Yeah. Well, okay, and also, let's think about this for a second. Like, sure, maybe we don't know exactly where something is in scripture, but I, at least 2 times a week, significantly reflect on the passion of Christ.
Uh-huh.
Tuesdays and Fridays, because it's the sorrowful mysteries
Mhm.
days. So, like,
Yeah.
maybe I can't tell you exactly where it is in each gospel, but I've had a lot of reflection on it.
Mhm. Like, I think Catholics, we know our scripture, but we might not know where it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, not numerically.
Not numerically, exactly. Like,
Uh-huh.
we know salvation history and we know it well, and we listen to scripture every week, at least once a week at mass, if
Right.
not more often with daily mass. And
And readings that we wouldn't choose ourselves to
exactly.
read and reflect on,
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
not decided by us.
Right. So,
See.
mhm.
Yeah, no, that's actually it's so true because if you went to mass every single day, you would hear the entire Bible.
Yep.
Because I've been to like services of other denominations and was super surprised by how little scripture there was, like scripture reading. Or they're reading the whole thing, the whole
Mhm.
passage.
Yeah.
Not
Some
to hate, I'm just like, this is just
Right,
interesting that we don't know,
right.
but it's, like, actually very well, of course it's foundational, duh,
Right.
but it's,
Yeah,
like, evident.
right, like, I think it's just there's a difference between knowing your scripture and being able to cite it, you know?
Mm, mhm.
Mhm.
Lectio Divina, baby.
Oh, yeah. R.
What? Why did you just "R" like a pirate?
Have you never
What? No.
I'm sorry. Have you never heard of that method of Lectio Divina? There's, like, the different methods, and one of them that I, like, vividly remember learning in high school, I had, like, a pamphlet, and it was, like, ARRR. I'm pretty sure. Maybe
I've
I'm
never heard of that.
but it was, like, R, like pirate,
"R" like a pirate?
and I don't remember what it stood for now. I don't.
That was not in my Catholic education.
Uh,
Clearly, my school failed me. That would have been memorable. We learned acts, not
I
how to
love
pray.
that.
Adoration, confession, thanksgiving, supplication,
We just said stuff.
acts. You said
That's
what?
stuff.
Stuff?
Yeah.
What did stuff stand for? Supplication, thanksgiving?
Or no, 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 like, it was
Oh.
acts, but instead of supplication, we just said stuff. Hashtag public school.
So instead of asking for stuff, it was just stuff?
Yeah, but
Wait, the S stood for stuff?
it meant, like, ask for stuff. Like, this is where you
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
so
understand now.
I still use acts a lot, actually, it's so helpful.
Do you?
I do. I really do, like, at night when I'm going to sleep and I wanna, like, talk to God before I go to sleep, or, like, when I'm in adoration, and I'm like, "Okay, I wanna talk to God, but I don't really have anything specific, and I don't really wanna read or pray a rosary right now, like, I just wanna be there," you know? I go through acts in my
Mhm.
head, and it's so helpful. I also use it, like, as a calming tool
That's
sometimes.
good.
Yeah, which is nice because it's kinda like breathing exercises, except not at all. Um
Yeah. See, Shelby, I need to be taking notes from you because I was thinking, I was like, what do I do in adoration when I don't know what to say or to do? And that usually leads to vocational and life crisis.
Hmm, I've been there.
You know, that's where the mind wanders.
Yes, but
I'm
it's
just a
helpful to
girl.
you are, you are, and that's fair. I mean, we're at like, being in your early 20s, it's like quarter life crisis time, you know,
Right,
so they say.
right.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Quarter life crisis, unless, well, we're approaching the ripe age of 24, Shelby. I always say 24, you either get married or you die. And right now, in the Catholic Church, there are so many saints who die at 24, okay?
You do
And
say
you're
this a
married.
lot, actually. You do.
I just I know.
"Lord,
No,
please
because the
send me
magic
a
age,
husband,
Saint
I don't
Caterina
want."
Tecowitha, Saint Therese of Lisieux. Um, those are the only 2 I can think of at the moment, but I know that
Oh,
I
man.
think Saint Bernadette, I think she was 24. Like, it's like this magic age that I feel like every time I learned about a saint growing up in school, they always died at 24.
Hmm.
It was
Well,
consistent.
I'm gonna be praying for God to send you a husband so you don't die.
So I don't die.
Preferably.
My options are limited. I have 14 months to find a husband, Shelby,
That's plenty of time.
or I'm
Crazier things have happened.
or I'll die.
That would be a crazy movie. Someone make, like, an indie film about that.
About dying at 24, about trying to find a husband in 14 months so you don't die.
That one.
That would be a really funny movie
Right?
concept.
Like a rom-com.
That would be such a good
Mhm.
rom-com.
Like,
We should make that should be a Catholic rom-com.
yes. It's
David Henry, if you're listening to this from EWTN,
we should
we're
use
in.
that competition. Yes! We have our idea. Now we just need a filmmaker.
EWTN.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. No.
You've
Reach
seen
out to
the
them. Just
show.
call them up.
Yeah.
"Hey, WTN."
It's like that clip from the Kardashians. "Why don't you just call up Taylor?" Isn't that what it is?
Oh, I don't know if I know that
Ah,
clip.
that's okay.
Sometimes I do live under a rock.
That's okay. That's probably for the best.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not terribly relevant unless it has to do with the Bachelor franchise or Miss
See,
America.
that's where I'm completely under a rock. I know
Mhm.
nothing about The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I hear all of that from you. You keep me in the loop.
I watch it while I walk on the treadmill. What can I say?
There you go. There you I have started playing Stardew Valley while walking on my little walking pad.
Stardew Valley?
It's a video game, and it's
Oh,
cute, and you're like a little farmer, and you go on little missions and side quests. It's like it's very me.
I was gonna say, Shelby, this is exactly right.
So all of you out there that play Stardew Valley,
Seen,
it's
known, loved.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
seen and loved. It's so
Yeah.
calming, it's so soothing, and it has this nice little music, and all of the graphics are, like, really warm and soft,
Mhm.
and the only thing you kill are slimes.
Slimes.
Yeah, they're evil.
That's so funny, Shelby. We got on I don't even know how we got here.
I don't either. That was a really good tangent.
From mass to slimes.
I don't think we've had a tangent that good in a while.
No, that was a good tangent. I enjoyed that.
I did too.
But we probably should get back.
Yeah, we definitely let's circle back.
We were talking about your wedding mass and how beautiful it was before
Yes.
we started talking about
Yes.
the Bachelor franchise and me dying at 24. Um, watch okay, the internet never forgets. So I'm just glad that this is recorded that if it does happen, I hope
Mhm.
they play this
Yes,
somewhere.
I do too. I'll play it somewhere.
You know, I would be honored to be considered among the 24 club. There's some cool ladies. There are a lot of my faves.
Yeah.
But any that I should Memento mori.
Hey.
But
Yeah.
your wedding mass okay,
Yes.
what was your favorite moment?
Oh. Oh. So, I was, like, keeping it together pretty well. I cried a bit coming down the aisle when I got to the end when I saw Gator. And honestly, like, the whole way down the aisle. The other special thing was I didn't know that we were gonna have any concelebrants, but there ended up being 3 priests at our
Oh,
wedding.
you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know. I knew, like, Father Jay, he said our wedding he was the officiant, and I didn't know that the other 2 priests were gonna be there saying mass. I, like, knew that maybe they were, but I hadn't heard if they
Yeah,
were,
no
so all of them
confirmation.
are monks at the abbey, and that was just like, guys, having your employers be literal men of God is just so freaking cool, and now
Yeah, not even, like, in concept, men of God.
n
No, like,
l
have devoted their entire lives to
lit
Christ.
yeah, literally, and so, like, now I go to work, and I see the men who said my wedding mass just, like,
Mhm.
daily, and I'm,
That's
like,
so cool.
working it's so cool, it's so special, and just all of it's just all of the monks are so cute because they would come in and they'd be like, "Hi, Mrs. Buman, like, how is your wedding going?"
Mrs.
It's just
Buman.
it's so sweet. Yeah, it's so
No, I've been staring at your name this entire time, and I'm like, "Wait, I don't believe that."
I know, it's so weird. It's so bizarre. But, yeah, so that was really special, and having the monks there was such a gift, and they're wonderful examples of holiness, and having them be part of that day and, like, part of our everyday, we owe so many of the good things in our life to to the Abbey and God working through them in really beautiful ways. Um and I think my favorite part of the wedding mass was I had been talking to Gator, like, leading up to our wedding, how excited I was that we would be able to, like, bless each other as spouses and, like, how special that was to me. And I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh my gosh, like, I can't wait. You're gonna be able to, like, bless me as your wife, you know, and, like, you'll be my husband and I can bless you as my husband." And that's, like, something having that, like, I don't know the exact right terminology, so you can check me if I'm, like, committing heresy right now. But having that almost spiritual authority over each other is just
Yeah.
so sweet. Like, I was just so excited for that. And so after we said our vows, after we received communion, and we're just, like, kneeling there while everyone else is receiving, we're, like, kind of whispering at each other, and we're like, "Oh gosh, like, we're married," like, I was like, "You're my husband." He was like, "You're my wife." And I was like, "We can bless each other now." And he, like, drew a cross on my hand, and it was just, like, the cute and that got me. I was a
Cute
mess
hands.
after that. That got
Uh-huh.
me. And it was
Mhm.
so sweet. And that moment probably that was, like, just such a tender moment. Um, and oh, this was really this was funny. Um, when there were multiple funny moments that I remember. When we
From your mass?
Yes. When we came down the aisle and my dad was, like, hugging Gator, like, passing me off to him, my dad, like, crushed Gator in an embrace. Like, just Gator's boutonniere was like, "Meh," and the slap on the back that my dad gave Gator, like, just like the it was so crisp and so loud, and if you watch the video of our ceremony, you can hear me say, "That was crisp."
Uh, that is so funny
It was
because
really
your dad is not like a bro guy, so it wasn't meant to be crisp, I'm sure.
No, he was just so excited. Like, my dad was
Oh.
just overjoyed the whole day, he was so excited, and I honestly, Eve, like, I was so unserious the whole time, like, I just was on cloud 9, and, like, at the end when oh, this was also funny. At one point, I think it was when we came back from giving flowers to Mary, and we were standing there, I wasn't sure if we were supposed to kneel again or say stay standing, so I, like, locked eyes with our priest, and I, like, did the kneeling gesture ever so slightly, and he ever so slightly went, like, just shook his head no, like, so subtly that nobody noticed except me, and I went and it was so funny to me, and I was, like, giggling to myself. Um, Also was funny when Father Jay was like, "And the monks know where you live." I got a kick out of that. Um,
Yeah, 'cause
That's
yeah,
live in one of their houses.
literally living in one of their guest houses.
Yeah. No.
Wait, I don't think I told you about this before. This is another funny moment I'm thinking of from your wedding. You had the cutest ring bearers. They were the most, like, extroverted little boys ever, and I was helping to vlog the day as one does.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And as I'm vlogging, I also have, like, my phone. When you're little ring bearers before the wedding, it's kind of a little bit of chaos up there.
Mhm.
He looks at me and goes, "Take my photo, please." And he stands there and he had his suit on, he had his sunglasses on, he had the little suitcase or, like, the little thing
Oh,
that the rings
they're
were gonna
so
go in, and he
cute.
posed right down the aisle. He wanted the church in the back, like, he knew what he wanted, and he goes, "Take
That's
my photo, please." And I
that's so
did.
cute. Was it the
I'll have to
redhead?
send it to you. It was the redhead.
That makes sense for
I'll
him.
send him to
That's
you,
sweet.
send
Yes,
these photos
please
to you
do.
because
That's
they were
cute.
they were cute. I
That's
was like,
adorable.
"Oh,
They're the cutest little
happy to take a
kids
photo of
ever.
you, sir.
Aw.
Distinguished gentleman."
Distinguished gentleman. Yeah, I heard they did so good, and I was so glad. I was just
I didn't even see it.
yeah. No, you were helping fluff my
Fluff your dress.
dress and get ready.
Mhm.
That was also so special, having you there to be the
It
last
was.
one to
I was like, "Wait, I got to be the last person
yeah,
before you walked that you saw before you walked down the aisle."
that was so sweet, yeah. I was like, "Oh, it's so special."
Yeah, for context, I was in the back making sure people went down at the right time, because again, wedding coordination is
Yep.
my background, and then help to open and shut the doors and fluff your dress, and
Mhm.
so your dad sent you down the aisle, of course, but
He walked me.
I kind of he walked you, I sent you.
That was so special, and it was also I like was very chill the whole day, but I did get, like, right before the doors opened, like, when we were standing there, I kind of had, like, a short moment. I was saying it was, like, not really nerves, but it was, like, the same feeling that I used to get before I performed on stage.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, and so I was kinda feeling that, and the doors opened, and the first face I saw was one of Gator and I's good friends, and he was in the back, because he had gotten there, like, towards the end, before the ceremony, and he had the biggest smile on his face, and it was
Oh.
just, like, so cute, and this guy, he has been nothing but the sweetest to me and Gator, like, the whole time I've known him, and he and Gator are a lot closer than I am with him, but, like, he has always been so kind and just, like, so genuine, and Gator, after he spends time with him, is always just, like, glowing, like, just
Oh, that's
oh,
so
yeah,
sweet.
like, their friendship is so sweet, and so he was, like, the first person I saw when I walked in, and it instantly made me feel more at ease to see him. He was just like
Mhm.
and he told me
Oh.
later that he was, like, tearing up. He was like, "I was fighting the tears, Shelby," and it was so cute. Um, yeah, and that was really special, and, like, seeing all of the faces of people just, like, beaming at me as I was walking down the aisle was, like, so sweet.
That'd be so surreal. I haven't thought about that moment
Mm.
before because you always think of, like, seeing the groom
Yeah.
and the bride seeing the groom, but you don't think about, like, everyone watching you walk down the aisle. Like, I don't know, I guess I haven't thought about it from, I'm just thinking, like, aisle vision,
Yeah.
but, like, to see everyone beside you too.
It's almost like in the movies when they have, like, the montage after they die of, like, going to heaven, and they have all of those people, around them as they're, like, entering heaven or, like, wherever they're going. You know what I'm talking about? That
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
felt like that because it was people from every part of my life, and it was
Yeah.
so surreal. It was like seeing my life play out, like, as I'm walking down that like, it was the most bizarre thing ever. It was so cool because it was, like, my childhood best friend's parents, my aunt and uncle, my grandparents, my current coworkers, my college professor, like, it was so cool. Um
Yeah, it's almost like you wish you could, like, slow it down just to, like, really live in each, like,
Mhm.
pew, like,
Yeah.
really go down memory lane with each group.
Right, exactly. And, like, that was the thing too about the aisle being so long is I felt like I could do that because I did wanna
Mhm.
see Gator, like, I wanted to see his face, but the aisle's so long when you walk in, I couldn't see him, he was like a blurry dot down at the end, and so I was like, "I'm gonna look at the people around me."
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but it was so sweet.
Yeah, which is especially with the aisle being that long,
Mhm.
totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I would just love to point out too, as I was thinking more about your wedding and just, like, other weddings not even other weddings I've been to, but I appreciated how Catholic yours was by nature and not by force.
Mm.
I think sometimes it's, like, really easy to and I wanna tread lightly because there's good ways to do this and there's kind of off-putting ways to do this, of, like, bringing your faith into the day because it's obviously a day so surrounded by faith, like, the mass is the high point of the day.
Mhm.
But there also is, like, a party afterwards, and that's fun, and, like, you should be celebrating because we're Easter people, we love to celebrate, and I just appreciated that you had such a beautiful mass and just, like, such a beautiful example of love, even as we were saying right from the get-go was, like, this day just so rooted on how you loved other people, and that communicates the gospel so well
Mhm.
that, like, I see couples really wanting to make their day about evangelizing in a good way or, like, making it so that non-Catholic family members, 1, feel comfortable, but, like, also understand and that's really important too, but yours was just so beautiful by nature that it was, like, natural to communicate the gospel through it, and I just really appreciated that about your wedding.
Thank you, Eve. That makes me so happy to hear. I really appreciate that. Mm.
Yeah, because you had, like, little Catholic, motifs, like, throughout, but it never felt like it was in your face, but you knew it was there.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I think that really speaks to, like, Gator and I's spirituality too, is we do tend to be a little bit more subtle. Like, not in a
Oh,
we hide
mhm.
from our faith kind of way, but in a, like, "You know what I believe, I don't need to tell you every 5 seconds," kind of way,
Right,
you know?
right.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's through your actions, and I even think that just in general with, like, being cool and normal, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't have to be the communicating gospel isn't always outright saying Jesus loves you.
Yeah, right.
Like, I had a coworker I don't know if I've shared this on here, I know we've talked about this, but I had a coworker who asked me if they can come to mass with me because not because I'm, like, actively trying to tell them John 3:16, like, in the workplace, but
Right.
that, um she just asked me because she was like, "Oh, I am kind of interested in this because Eve seems fun. Like,
Yeah,
Eve is Catholic and she's fun."
yeah.
And that was such, like, a high compliment, first of all. I was like, "Wait, you think I'm fun?" That's so sweet. Okay. But then also, like, oh, like, it just, like, made me reflect a lot on the
Mhm.
way that we share about God's love.
Yeah.
That, like, it's something that's joyful and overflows into every single thing that we do, that
Mhm.
you can't escape it in your actions and in the way that you live your life, like, it's very clear, but you don't even have to outright say it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, definitely, and that's oh, I don't remember what saint it is, but the quote of "Preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words."
Okay, I was gonna say that, but I also heard that I don't think that's what he meant by it. I don't know, I was listening to a podcast on it many, many years ago,
That's
and I don't remember what, like, the context was. I could totally be wrong in that, like, this was just one podcast that I listened to
yeah,
one time,
yeah.
but I think the person was explaining that it was, one of the Thomases or one of the Francises, I think,
I think it
who
was
said it,
Thomas.
and apparently that's, like, not what he meant by it, or there was, like, more maybe it was Augustine? Well, everyone knows, you know the quote,
Yeah, you know.
but yes.
Y knowing, but not
But it's like the
being
same
too
it is
tight.
a similar concept, like, I think you should still use your words.
Yeah.
God gave us mouth. I don't
We d
But, like, it's more to it than just, like, outright saying,
right,
"Repent and believe in the gospel."
right, exactly. Yeah. So you can say that till the cows come home, but if someone doesn't know that you love them and that you're saying it out of love, they're not gonna listen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And weddings are such a beautiful way to communicate that. Like, I was sitting during your mass, and the thought that I was having is, like, what kind of like, I was like, "What does this as a sacrament communicate to us about God?" And I was like, "Wow." It's like we serve a God who loves us so much that he wants us to literally participate in the love that he experiences with the Trinity. Like,
Mhm.
this is the closest that we get to it. Marriage is the closest that we get to the love of the Trinity. It's like, wow, we serve the kind of God that desires that level of intimacy between individuals,
Mhm.
that he's created a sacrament in which we can experience the love of the Trinity between one another, and, like,
Mhm.
then people get to witness to that.
Mhm.
Like, that's a profound kind of love,
Yeah.
and it's almost unnatural to us, like, this is the only relationship that we have that's like this, that we are literally committing our lives to another person. That's completely different. Then
Yeah.
that's not a friendship, that's more than a friendship, that's not just
Yeah.
family that you randomly end up with the family that you have. No, you're choosing this person, and you're choosing to be with them till death do us part. That's a unique kind of love, and so all that to say, like, there's just something so beautiful about watching a Catholic wedding and seeing 2 people so in love with each other that you think about it for weeks and weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
She's all giddy over here because she just experienced it.
It just is like it was just so unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like, I have talked to Gator about this so many times. I'm like, I wish I could literally just live in my wedding mask forever. Great news. Hopefully, when I get to heaven, I will.
Ah, wait a minute. You're
'Cause
so right.
it just like I mean, it won't be like my wedding mask, but like
Mm.
it'll be
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, anyways. But it just
The wedding mass, the wedding feast,
yes,
actually.
yes. It just was the most peace I've ever felt. Like, it literally felt like I was in heaven. It felt like heaven was on earth for that moment, and, like, time stopped existing, and I just felt like I was just existing outside of time in this really special place, and, like, knowing that through the Eucharist, I'm united with, like, my family members who have died, who have been at
Mhm.
mass, and, like, knowing that they are also there in the Eucharist, and, like, it just was just, like, so cool. It was so cool.
Literally once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then we get to, like there's a little glimpse of it every single time that you go to mass.
Yeah. Exactly, and, like, how sweet that God reminded me of that this past weekend by literally one of our songs from our wedding being played during communion. That was so
Yeah.
and, yeah, it just was such a great day, and the reception was so fun. There
Yeah.
nothing I would change.
No, and I love those little details even that you're saying of, like, the hearing the song again,
Mhm.
because God knew that you would remember, like, you would recognize that as a sign of his love. Like, isn't that so sweet that he gives us not only allows us to, like, know his love in these details and, like, be a God who pays attention to the details, but also, like, he knew that you would actually clock that.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm.
he knew that you would see that and be like, "Oh, this is,
Yeah.
a nod back to, like, God's love for me."
Yeah. Oh my gosh, wait, okay, and this is kind of unrelated, but you're gonna appreciate this, Eve.
Good.
You know that God's way of showing me love is food. You know that.
We do know that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet treats.
Yes, sweet treats. And so, it just so happened Gator's home parish, they only do Donut Sunday once a month, and it happened to be the Sunday that we were there. And I was so excited by this fact because they don't just do, like, Safeway donuts, okay? They have a bakery in town that they get, like, croissants and pastries from. They're so good. They are so good. And
That's evangelism at its
mhm,
finest.
mhm, it is.
Mhm,
Go to
mhm.
mass.
Love thy neighbor.
Super good pastry after. Yeah, love thy
Mhm.
neighbor. And so we go and we're sitting there after communion during the church announcements, and I lean over to Gator, and we had woken up late. And I usually don't eat before mass anyways in the mornings when I go to morning mass. But so I was like hungry. And I lean over to Gator and I go, I really, really hope there's a chocolate croissant. And he was like, okay. And I guess I have a better memory than him. Which I will never say again because I actually really don't. I have a horrible memory. I have the memory of a goldfish. But, I remembered that chocolate croissants are one of the things that the bakery does, and so I knew they were gonna have a chocolate croissant if they were still getting it from the same place. He didn't know that. So he was like, "What the heck, Shelby? Like, a chocolate?" And I was like, "Yeah, I
A
really
chocolate
want a
croissant.
chocolate
Yeah.
croissant." So
On
then
Sunday donut day. Yeah.
we leave and we go, and of course, there's a chocolate croissant, and I was like, "Oh, heck yeah, chocolate croissant." We go and we sit down, and I don't remember how he said it, but Gator basically was like, "God really loves you. Like, there's a chocolate croissant." And I was
Yeah.
yes. He was like,
Yes.
"Did you know there was gonna be one, or, like, were you just praying that there would be one?" And I was like, "I will confess I did know. I knew there was gonna be one, but still,
Nonetheless,
nonetheless,
God's providence.
God's providence." Yep. Yep.
That's phenomenal, Shelby.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
love that. See, God loves us. We just gotta pay attention.
Yes. Find your little
Get with it.
thing.
Get with the program.
Yeah. Mine is food.
Mine, mm, I feel like mine's a lot of little details, but I don't know that I would say it's particular.
Yeah.
Butterflies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Eve. I was gonna leave you a voice memo yesterday.
You were gonna send me a voice memo? Wait, okay, you guys, this is monumental. I always send Shelby voice memos and she never sends them back.
I'm so bad at voice memos. Historically awful at receiving and sending voice memos, but I was gonna send you either a voice memo or like a selfie video of me telling you this story, and you just said butterflies, so this might be tragic to you, but maybe not.
Okay.
I'm driving home after work yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I was listening to the new Noah Kahan album. It was either the new Noah Kahan album or Olivia Rodrigo's new album, one of the 2.
Mhm.
And whatever it was, I was, like, blasting it, I had my windows down, and we live, like, slightly out in the country now, and so there's, like, not a whole lot around, and as I'm pulling up our, like, gravel driveway, I see in front of me this beautiful butterfly, monarch butterfly in the road, and I, like, slow down, because 'cause I'm not about to take this butterfly out, and as as I'm driving up, it lifts off the ground and just is slowly ascending, and it is carrying a full carcass of another butterfly, like, fully intact. It was like the angels lifting it up. It was insane, Eve, and I just sat there watching it until I couldn't see it anymore, and I was just like, "What just happened?" Because I had never seen anything like it. And I felt like I was witnessing something, like, that I shouldn't have been witnessing. It was
Yeah,
like
that's like
leprechauns in the background, and it was, like, one of the emo songs, and I was it was so cinematic. It was.
that would be cinematic. But I'm so confused. I didn't know butterflies did that.
I know, I didn't either.
I don't know if this was, like, burying the dead for them or if they killed the butterfly.
I know, and that's what I was wondering. I was like,
Is
"Is
it a
this
murderous
like"
butterfly?
Exactly. I was like, "Is this, like, really tragic, like, a wife butterfly
Yeah.
burying her dead husband
Ugh.
butterfly? Or, like, was it, like, 'I hate you,' bow," and then, like, carrying the carcass to get rid of it, you know?
Bro, we're gonna have to Google that.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sorry, that was also a tangent, but I needed to tell you that, and you said
No,
butterfly.
I'm glad that you did because I was gonna wrap up this podcast, but that was worth going down memory lane for.
I'm glad.
I'm just so shocked. I, like, don't even know what to say about that. Like, I feel like I need to find out why butterflies do that.
I know, yeah. Let
That
us
kinda
know
weirds
when
me
you
out.
do.
I will. I'll put it in my Instagram stories or something. No, because butterflies for me, it has to do with the thyroid gland. It's called the butterfly gland,
Oh,
and when I started getting all my symptoms, I started seeing butterflies all the time before I knew that it had any connection, which we don't know if I have a thyroid issue, but that was initially what I was diagnosed with,
yeah,
so it did correlate.
that's very
And
sweet.
I just like the butterflies.
Yeah, I love that.
Little butterfly earrings in earlier, but then I showered.
Oh, cute.
Otherwise, I'd show the class, but
Yeah,
alas.
alas.
All right, Shelby. This has been so fun.
Yeah,
I just love talking with you.
thank you. I love talking with you. It's so nice.
Yes. Oh, and it's just so fun that you're married now,
Yeah.
and now you're less busy, so maybe we can do more podcasts together. Ah, look at the ring. Did we ever wait, do you wanna quick, explain your ring?
Yeah.
'Cause I think the last no, maybe we did one in between this. I think we did one in between this, but one of the last episodes we did was you describing how you got engaged, and you explained so this is the context for what you're
Mm.
about to explain more, but that Gator, your now husband, made your ring, not just designed it. No, this man made her engagement and wedding band. And not only that, but he designed it off of something, but didn't tell you what it was.
Mhm.
So you didn't know last time we talked.
Right. Yeah.
what the design was.
Yes.
So quick share with the class and then we'll
Okay,
close out.
perfect. Yeah, so for those who can't see it, the ring, my engagement ring, has 2 thin lines and then a thicker line. And he said he was and you can kind of see it.
Yes.
And so he told me that the pattern had significance to something that was really special to me and that he was convinced I was gonna guess it, so he wasn't gonna tell me. So I ended up not guessing it, sadly. I just was not creative enough, I guess. So he ended up telling me that the lines on my engagement ring match the lines on the habit of Mother Teresa and the Sisters of Charity, which it just blew me away. And Mother Teresa is my confirmation saint and someone who has been like a dear soul friend of mine.
A
Um,
sweet friend.
and
Mhm.
I love the Sisters of Charity, and Gator said to me, he was like, "And charity is something that I think you emulate really well, and something that's
Aw.
really important to you, and I wanted you to always have a reminder of that when you looked at your ring, a reminder of, like, charity and love." And so sweet and thoughtful and intentional and just blew me away. So, yeah, that is the story of my ring. And I will forever and always have a superiority complex now because of my engagement ring.
Because it's
I'll
so
always
good.
think it's the best.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like
No, no, absolutely it is. And also, just thank you so much, Shelby, too, for coming on and sharing about all these things because I've been thinking about this more with like my married and family oriented friends is like this is what we don't see about married life. Like everyone's like, "Oh, it's so hard." And I'm sure we'll get there. Right? Like we are less than a month in currently, and of course you're going to share like the good parts.
yeah.
But just to see the joy and hear that like this love is out there and it is offered to us and that God does write the best love stories.
Mhm. Well,
So thank you so much for coming on and sharing, Shelby.
thank you, Eve. Thanks for giving me a chance to share our love story.
Yes, anytime.